Let me hit you with a tough one first. You've been training for 6 months, and yeah, you've put on size. But what about strength? You already know the answer. Barely moved. They sound like the same thing, but they're not even close. You think you've gotten stronger? Sorry, you've just gotten bigger. Today, I'm going to break down exactly where you're stuck and how to fix it, all in one go. By the time you're done reading, you'll want to go find a bar and test a set. Let's start with your routine. 3 or 4 times a week, never skip, even log your workouts neatly. Arms are getting thicker, shoulders are rounding out. You look in the mirror, yeah, something's definitely growing. Then you actually test it, max. Pull up reps, unchanged. Go back to your regular sets and do it again. Still unchanged. You add more sets, more reps, squeeze in an extra training day, absolutely no movement. You're disciplined enough. I'll give you that. But what you've built is a body that looks like it knows what it's doing, but can't actually deliver when it counts. Harsh truth? At this point, your muscles are starting to look like decorations. But hear me clear, the problem isn't your effort. You've just been feeding your body the wrong signal from day one. This isn't about who you are, it's about what you're training. All right, here comes the mechanism, no detours. Muscle grows through 2 distinct pathways. Picture a muscle as a sponge stuffed with rubber bands. The sponge part is the soft stuff, water, glycogen, cell volume, that swells up fast, looks great in the mirror, but doesn't produce force. The scientific term is sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. In plain English, that pumped up full feeling you get right after a workout. The rubber bands are the actual contractile proteins, the machinery that fires when you exert force. When these increase, you actually get stronger. That's myofibrillar hypertrophy. Plain English, that extra rep, that one more pull-up, that extra push. Both are real growth, but the results couldn't be more different. One makes you look good, the other makes you good. The clearest comparison: put a bodybuilder next to a powerlifter. Both are jacked, both are dedicated, but they're chasing completely different signals. Bodybuilders chase the pump. High reps, moderate load, short rests, that swollen feeling, their bodies give them back a ton of sponge, they get the size. Powerlifters chase heavy weight with full recovery. Their bodies give them back rubber bands, they get the strength. Take a photo and the bodybuilder might look more impressive. Put them to a real strength test, and that contrast falls apart in seconds. Same human body, same gym time. Completely different adaptations. Now turn that mechanism back on yourself. Don't breathe a sigh of relief just yet. Most bodyweight training by default is bodybuilding style training. 15, 20, 25 reps of a bodyweight movement. The relative load just isn't high enough. Your body has no choice but to do the only thing it can. Store more water, store more glycogen, so you get bigger and bigger while your max pull-up count stays flat, and that muscle-up still isn't happening. You've been training the sponge. But the problem isn't just too many reps. The bigger issue is, for you, right now, is this movement even still challenging? The body only adapts to the specific movement you're actually doing. Once that movement stops being a real problem, adaptation stops. 30, 40 push-ups on the floor? If that stopped being a challenge months ago, you're not getting stronger. You're just burning calories in a pattern your body already solved. Why are you stuck? Because the floor caps your range of motion. Chest to the deck is as far as you can go. You can't go lower no matter how strong you get. You've maxed out the floor club. Congratulations. And what's most people's first reaction to a plateau? More volume, more sets, more reps, another day. The result? More sponge, more size, more pump. The mirror loves it, but the underlying problem hasn't budged. You're feeding it the same solved equation over and over, just piling on a little more decorative tissue. This is where the light bulb should go off. Progressive overload isn't just stacking more reps. It's giving your body a new problem it hasn't solved yet. and the most overlooked key in bodyweight training is range of motion. Remember this hook: add range first, then add reps. On the push side, elevate your hands, use parallettes, yoga blocks, even a couple of thick books. Hands shoulder width apart on the elevated surface. The moment you raise your hands, your chest can drop below your wrist level. Range of motion opens up immediately. Your body hits a new mechanical problem it hasn't solved, so it starts building rubber bands. Lower until your chest goes below your hands. Pause for a second, feel the stretch across your chest and your scapulae retract. Then push back up. That pause is the new signal. On the pull side, when the bar no longer challenges you, the bar becomes your ceiling. Time to switch to rings. Rings are unstable. On top of full range of motion, you add instability. You can't just grip and yank. Every stabilizer in your shoulders has to actively step in to keep you steady. You go from pull yourself up to owning the entire movement from the first inch to the last. Lower to full arm extension. Let your scapulae actively sink and lock. Don't shrug. Then pull back up inch by inch. You'll feel the difference immediately. A harder rep, not more reps. That's a fundamentally different stimulus. Different levels need different entry points. I'll keep just the two most useful tiers here so we don't dilute the rhythm. Push, progression, regression. Don't elevate your hands too high at first. Start with 1 or 2 books, or just train the bottom portion of the range. Slowly lower to the bottom, pause, come back up. Find your first clean, full range rep where your chest drops below your hands without your lower back caving. Progression. Move to parallettes or rings and do full range push-ups with your chest visibly below your hands, controlling the entire tempo without losing speed. Pull, progression, regression. On the bar, master full range with slow tempo, 3-second negatives, no kipping, no momentum. Feel your back engage before your arms. Progression. Switch to rings, add instability, and let your shoulder stabilizers stay engaged the whole way through. Choosing your tier is simple. If you can't do a certain version, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means that entry point is too high for you right now. Drop down a notch and find the version that's hard, but doable. The problem was never your effort. Your progression ladder was missing the first few rungs. Before you level up, let's set some clear boundaries. Rings and deep ranges put significantly more load on your shoulders, wrists, and elbows. So, get the form right before you push intensity. Start new movements with low volume and controlled range. Don't go all out on your first try. If you feel joint pain, re-aggravate an old injury, or get pain you can't explain, step back and check your form, load, and recovery. See a qualified doctor or physical therapist when you need to. Don't tough it out alone. That's the single difference between people who train for years and people who train themselves into the ground. Back to instability. That's exactly why rings exist. They force your stabilizers to work, switching you from training the sponge to training the rubber bands. Quick mention of what I personally use. Gornation's wooden rings, Olympic size, solid grip. Wrists stay neutral and comfortable. The straps have stitched on length markings. Set the height once, match it next time, no more fiddling. The whole thing folds into a canvas bag and hangs anywhere. Links in the bio. Code YELLOWDUDE saves you a few bucks. But let's be clear. Everything above is a complete answer on its own. Gear is an accelerator, not a ticket in. No rings? You can still build rubber bands by elevating your hands and controlling your range. Wrapping up, you don't have a not training hard enough problem. You have a wrong stimulus problem. Your muscles grew because you stayed consistent. They stopped getting stronger because the challenge stopped being real. You've been feeding your body the same solved problem over and over, waiting for a different answer. But your body is lazy and smart. It only builds what it actually needs. Feed it solved problems, and it'll be happy to give you nothing new. So, find the version that's actually hard. Add range first, then add reps. That's it. Stop staring at the same pull-up bar. Your body already cracked that code, my dude.